They say the dead are silent, but are they really? In Africa, we believe the grave never swallows truth. It bears flesh, yes, but not the voice of the spirit. Sometimes the wind carries whispers from beyond. Sometimes the ancestors speak not to haunt, but to warn. My friend, there are times when silence screams louder than thunder. And tonight, I will tell you one of such nights. The night Nze Ukebu died and the whispers of the dead began. This is not just a story of death. It is a story of betrayal, of truth buried beneath the soil, and of one woman's vow to uncover what the living dared not speak. Stay with me, because before this story ends, you will realize that some whispers are not meant to be ignored. Let's begin this journey not into the land of ghosts, but into the land of secrets. My name is Ogmeshi Ogalago Speaks, and today I invite you into a mystery. Not to frighten you, but to open your eyes to a deeper truth about life, loyalty, and legacy. You see, every story of the dead carries a message for the living. From this story, you will learn how hidden truth always rises to the surface, how silence can be a weapon, and how courage often begins at the graveyard of pain. If you have ever been betrayed, misunderstood, or left with unanswered question, then this story will speak directly to your soul. Because the dead may rest, but the lessons never sleep. Now, come closer. The tale begins with the setting sun and the sip of palm wine. The village of Amakri was alive that evening. The annual palm wine festival had gathered laughter, music, and stories. Children ran barefoot through the dust. Drums echoed. The aroma of roasted yam filled the air. But while the village rejoiced, fate sharpened its blade. At the center of it all sat Nze Ukebu, an elder whose wisdom had guided generations. To the villagers, he was more than a man. He was a monument. Yet, as he lifted his gourd of palm wine that night, destiny took his final sip with him. His hand trembled. His eyes clouded. Then silence. He fell. The god slipped, and the laughter turned into screams. His daughter, Nneka, rushed to his side. "Father," she cried. But the voice that had once blazed her dreams was fading fast. The healer came. She touched his chest, listened, and whispered, "It is over." In that moment, time itself stopped. The village fell into mourning, and yet, within that silence, suspicion began to breathe. Whispers crept like mist through the crowd. "Did you see? It was his brother, Ifeanyi, who poured the drink. I saw him smiling as he drank." And just like that, the palm wine festival turned into a funeral of trust. The whispers of the dead had begun. You see, in every family, there are secrets older than the youngest child. Stories no one tells, but everyone feels. The feud between Nze and his brother Ifeanyi had long been the village's hidden wound. Some said it was land. Others whispered of gold buried beneath their father's hut. But jealousy is like a termite. It eats the wood from within until even the strongest house falls. When the villagers heard that Nze's last cup had come from Ifeanyi's hand, suspicion turned to accusation. And what happens when truth hides and the rumor reigns? Chaos will follow. The others gathered, torn between reason and rage. They searched for evidence but found only silence. And in that silence, a young woman, Nneka, decided that the whispers would not end unanswered. Her father had died with secret, but his spirit had not rested. That night, Nneka lay restless on her mat. The moonlight filtered through the cracks in the thatch roof like ghostly fingers. Then she heard it. A voice, distant yet familiar. Find the truth, my child. The dead are not always silent. She woke with a start, her heart drumming like a talking drum. Could it have been a dream? Or was it something deeper? In our land, we say, when the ancestors whisper, the wise do not sleep. And so, Neka made a vow beneath the same moon that watched her father die. That she would uncover the truth no matter the cost. Little did she know that vow would lead her into shadows darker than the night itself. As days passed, the village divided like a broken calabash. Some stood with Neka, others with Ifeanyi. Old friendship cracked under the pressure of suspicion. The whispering winds carried more lies than leaves. But Neka pressed on. She began asking questions no one dared to ask. Who poured the wine? Who watched him fall? Who vanished in the crowd when he died? Each answer led to another secret, and every secret led her closer to danger. You see, truth is like fire. It gives light, but it burns those who handle it carelessly. And Neka was playing with fire. Yet she remembered her father's words. The dead are not always silent. Sometimes justice speaks through the lips of the living. Days turned into weeks. The whispers grew stronger. Strange signs appeared around Nze's grave. The rustle of leaves when there was no wind. The scent of his favorite palm wine drifting through the night. And Neka understood. Her father's spirit was restless, calling her toward truth. But what she would discover next would shake the entire village of Amakri. For buried secrets do not die. They only wait for the right time to rise. The story of Nzukebu was not ending. It was only beginning. And now, my friend, this is where fiction meets reality. Because the same way whispers spread in Amakri, they spread in our own lives too. Let's come down from the story for a moment. How many of us live with whispers of our own, unspoken truth, unresolved conflict, or relationship poisoned by silence? Here is what I have learned from this story, like Neka's. 1. Silence does not heal, it hides. The more we bury the truth, the louder it screams from beneath. Number 2. Courage begins where comfort ends. Like Neka, you must face the shadows to find the light. That is the pure truth. Number 3. Forgiveness is the true exorcism. The dead may whisper, but the living must forgive. Number 4. Never build peace on lies. Peace built on falsehood will crumble like dust in rain. If something inside you feels unsettled, that's your spirit whispering. Don't ignore it. Because what you refuse to confront will continue to haunt you. The lesson is clear. The dead are not the only ones who whisper. Sometimes your conscience is the ghost that will not rest. Yes, the solution is truth, spoken in love, faced in humility. You cannot silence the past by ignoring it. You silence it by reconciling with it. Just as Neka sought answers, you too must seek closure in your story, because when truth is found, the dead finally rest, and so do we. My friend, if this story touched your spirit, don't let it end here. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear that truth never dies. Tell me in the comment section what's the one truth you have been afraid to face. And if you want to read the full story, get your copy of Whispers of the Dead by Amechi Ogalagu, which is myself. Because within his pages lie lessons about life, loss, and legacy, the kind that linger long after the last word is spoken. Remember, your voice, like Neka's, can be the whisper that awakens the world. As we look close tonight, I leave you with this challenge. Before you sleep, think about the things you have buried. not in the ground, but in your heart? Is there a truth you have avoided? A person you have wronged? A wound you have ignored? Don't wait for the whispers of the dead to remind you of what you should have done when you were alive. Make peace while your heart still beats. Speak truth while your lips still move. Love loudly before silence claims the stage. Because at the end of the day, the grave cannot speak, but your actions can echo forever. I am Amisha Galago Speaks, and this is Whispers of the Dead. Until we meet again, may your night be peaceful and your conscience quiet. Thank you for watching this video, and I believe you have learned something very great here. If you have done that, please don't waste time. Share this video and make sure it goes viral. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. Get a copy of my book, The Whispers of the Dead, and you will bless you. The story will never be something you will forget in life. Thank you, and God bless you.